So lesson 2. So we're going to do, like I say, more or less exactly the same thing for lesson 2. We'll just be able to get through it much quicker. You'll be able to see different examples of lambdas and of streams and how we use the things we saw in lesson 1 in different places to provide us useful tools for us as Java developers to use. So firstly, we're going to create our stub mood service. This is, not surprisingly, almost exactly the same as our stub user service. So we've got mood test data. Here you can see, I'm not going to type this one out, we've got exactly the same thing. Let's bring this down so you can see it. We have, instead of having 27 possible fake usernames, what we have is 3 possible mood states. This is the mood for a single tweet. So a tweet is either a happy tweet, a sad tweet, or it contains kind of happy and sad stuff. Obviously, there'll be tweets that aren't happy or sad or happy and sad. This is just analyzing for the very basic level of, does it seem happy, does it seem sad? Everything else that doesn't fall into those categories will just be dropped on the floor. So our test mood data, our mood stub service, is going to emit either a string that says happy, or a string that says sad, or a comma-separated values string that says happy and sad. And then we do exactly the same thing with the stub service that we did with the user service, and we're going to randomly pick one of those. So our logic is exactly the same here. We just randomly pick one of 3 possible values. All right? So nothing new here at all. So let's get this running. So now what you'll notice is I've basically got, is the dashboard still running? Let's stop our dashboard. I have 2 services running in the background. I have one service running at, I have my mood service running at 8082, and I have my user service running at 8083. So they're just 2 completely distinct, separate services running in the background, running on different URIs, on different ports, that my dashboard can connect to. So they're kind of independent, completely independent from each other. And so they're both running in the background. We've got the user service and the mood service. This is going to feed into our next two controls, which are on our dashboard, which obviously we get onto in a minute. And now when we come to our architecture diagram, we're starting to fill in some more pieces of our architecture. So we did this morning. Here we're creating our stub mood service. Again, we're creating a stub one with test data so that we can start to create the UI without having to do the whole of the back end before we can create our UI.